You do not want this stuff traveling throughout your lubrication system. Alrighty, guys. Looky. Your boy is happy, guys. You know why? Because my parts are here. And this customer just brought this car back. This is a Cherokee, guys. Now, the Cherokees don't usually have, in fact, none of the Cherokees have, from a V6 standpoint, it's not a 3.6. However, it is extremely similar. Okay, this is the 3.2, the baby brother to the 3.6. Basically, every damn thing is the same. All right, so they have the same problem, same issue, same cooler, same rocker arm, same everything. Okay, now this thing, I would fire it up, but I don't want to get it hot. It's ticking. All right, this is a ticking noise. Now we all know the 3.6, or let's say Pentastar, because like I say, this is not a 3.6, it's a 3.2. All right, Pentastar issues. This is 190,000 miles. Here's the deal, guys. This is the comment I always get in the comment section. Guy, why are you building or why are you repairing an engine with that many miles? Because I am 100% sure this repair will be a success. Guys, if I had any doubt the risk outweighs the repair reward, I wouldn't do it. Now, a lot of guys are concerned with the shavings that a worn out camshaft would give off, and you should be concerned. It's technically the job of the oil filter to filter out trash in the lubricating system. However, for some reason, this don't happen on this engine. I don't know how the lubrication system flowing, but that trash, y'all haven't seen the camshaft where all the little metal shavings on the tone wheel, because it's magnetic. All right, yeah, a lot of shavings get caught on that wheel in spots. All right, so yeah, we clean them off and we go back with it, but those shavings are somewhere. And what's really crazy is the bearings on the rock arms. Yeah, they went somewhere, especially if you got one that's all the way gone. Yeah, those bearings going somewhere. Here go a new one right here. Yeah, inside this roller bearing, this is the roller bearing, are little small needle bearings. Yeah, if this rock arm collapsed, those needle bearings has to go somewhere. It's not big enough, thick enough to get caught in the filter to make it that far out of the valve covers into the filter. So you have to go to your second option, which is the oil pan. Yes, guys, I'm going to show you clips of me finding these needle bearings in the freaking oil pan. So guys, I got something I want to show you guys. This oil pan. This is the same car that I did the rocker on, broken rocker on. Remember when I was hunting down those needle bearings? In fact, let me take this over here. All right, so here's the broken rocker arm that I took off. Yeah, remember this? All right, look at this rocker arm real good. There's no needle bearing inside the roller bearing, guys. It has fallen out. Remember I told y'all they had to end up somewhere. Sometimes they end up on the camshaft sensor as powdered metal shavings. Okay, that is magnetized, so it would catch some of it. But for the most part, the bulk of it would end up right here, guys. Yes, I have the oil pan off. I'm doing an oil pump on this same car. And here you go, guys. This is the needle bearings that come out of this rocker arm. Alright, just so you know, so you guys get a sense of urgency as far as should you remove the oil pan in order to remove the garbage that came out of the damaged valve train system. The good part about it, guys, well, at least on this minivan, it's not hard to remove the oil pan. Okay, it's a two-piece oil pan setup, but this part of the oil pan is real easy on this Caravan. All right, so that's it, guys. That is I want to make a nice good thumbnail picture using this. That is my shavings from this broken rocker arm that was found on this 3.6 engine. And also, guys, you can see there's no way that these bearings, needle bearings, will come out of the oil drain plug. So it doesn't matter if you change the oil. Look at that. You see where the oil drain is located? There's no way these needle bearings gonna work their way. Actually, the needle bearings are sitting right here. There's no way the needle bearings gonna work their way upwards to come out of this drain tube. So you really have no choice. You almost have to remove the oil pan, guys. All right, I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. It's if you want it done right, because remember, I'm gonna say this again, you do not want this stuff traveling throughout your lubrication system. Imagine if one of these make it to the main bearing or rod bearing or down in the bottom. Well, it's already down in the bottom, but imagine if it make it somewhere it shouldn't get. All right, guys, let's do things right. And let me tell you something. Don't skip that part, guys. You need to go after those shavings. Even though I found out the bearings or little parts that come out of here are heavy enough to not just randomly being circulated. Now, powdered metal shavings, yeah, that will circulate through your lubrication system. But little parts like bearings and stuff, they headed toward the oil pan. They want to live down there for some reason. And get this, they're heavy enough to sit down there. Yeah, me, JT, I tried to drain the oil hoping the gush out. You know, when you take an oil drain plug off, the gush fall out. I was hoping those bearings flow out with it. I tried to stick a magnet in there and I couldn't get it. I had to drop the secondary oil pan, and there they was. Right here. Yeah, the little needle bearing. So I suggest if you're doing this job to go hunt those down. Go after those. All right. Even though there's a slim chance you just don't want it in your engine. You want a peace of mind, guys. Who want to go to bed at night wondering if those needle bearings are circulating throughout my engine? All right, enough of that. Well, got a camshaft, bank one. All right, exhaust. You know, the one with the PCV apparatus on it. Okay, yeah. I had a P0340. Remember what I told y'all? Don't go running, sticking no damn. You can't see it because the intake's still on. They put 2 cam sensors on it. They put this on it. They replaced, they were so confident it was the cam sensor. They put another one on it. Then they can run to the dealership. I need a Mopar cam sensor. I need the top of the line. They right from that standpoint. Mopar is the top of the line. But even that didn't fix it. All right, that's not gonna. See, here's the thing. If you hear a ticking noise and you got a cam sensor code, what make you think the cam sensor is gonna fix the noise? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Well, what we have here? Spark plugs. Yes. PCV valve. A lot of the stuff in this bag. We got here valve cover gasket. Of course, the camshaft. Remember, y'all know me. I don't do camshafts regularly. They have to be. We already tore this down. I didn't go back there. I just pulled a valve cover off. I can see everything I need to see by way of the valve cover. 24. Look. 12, 12, and 12. No. Wait. 8, 8, 16. Yeah, 8, 8, and 8. So I got 24 rock arms. Guys, and notice in the bag, what else is in the bag? Lifters, lash adjusters. Everybody call them different things, but they have one sole purpose in life. They have one job. Yeah, look at that, how they packaging them up now. 24 lifters. Y'all know I don't normally do these, okay, because a lot of my personal customers are low budget customers. They simply don't have the money for these. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna catch some flack for this, but guys replace these just for insurance purpose. This engine showed up in 2011. We're now in 2025. I've never had a lifter cause misfire or a ticking issue. I can only speak for me. I'm sure there's a lot of mechanics out there that may have. JT the car guy, I've never seen them. So I don't want, guys, a lot of my decisions are based off my experiences. All right. Sure, this little creature right here can cause a misfire. Sure, it can cause a ticking. It's just I have never seen one fail bad enough to actually cause this. It's always the rock arm. These are redesigned, by the way. All right, so let me explain this. What I take out of this car is not the same as this. All right, yeah, they're gonna look alike. They're gonna look similar, but this is the whole complete revised package. All right, we're up to 8H now. This is what year is this thing? 2014 maybe. This is this is the first gen that showed up, so it has all the first gen parts. Okay, this is likely the last freaking ticker job this car will ever get. All right, and I'm thinking that's a Mopar cooler, so it's likely the last cooler. In other words, they shouldn't have no more engine problems out of this. Timing chain, I get this question all the time. When should I replace my timing chain? There's no change interval for a timing chain, guys. All right, it's just not. All right, it's gonna do what it do. The timing chain can last the life of this car, for the most part. All right, I got to get out of here. I'm gonna get my helper over here to Yeah, it's just gonna be his first ticker job. So he should have some fun. So let me get all this stuff off and we're gonna get this thing towed down. I got work to do, guys. I gotta go. Thanks for watching.